Hey guys, welcome to my tutorial on how to move the person's head as you look up and down. So you want to start off with a local script because it's going to be part of the client. So we'll name this head movement. Alright, so what you want to do first is you want to call the actual person's player. So we can do that by doing game.players.localPlayer, since local player is part of the client. And we also need run service, so the player's head can actually move while you're looking up and down. So game service, run service. So what you want to do first is wait for the player's character, and an easy way to do this is just do a repeat loop. So wait until player.character, which waits for the character, and then we can call character. So I'll name it char equals player.character, and then I'll also do we want to get the player's neck, which is part of their torso, and with the new R15 we're gonna need a new, well, it's gonna be part of the upper torso on R15, so we can do torso equals player.char find first child torso, or char find first child upper torso. This will work for both R6 and R15. So now we need the neck, which is a joint. Neck equals torso.neck. So now that we have the neck, we can start getting the camera, since we're going to be doing it based on the camera's angle. So we do local camera equals workspace dot current camera, and that's also another reason we need a local script, because current camera is on the client. Now we can do we can make the loop now. So while run service dot render stepped wait do. So this will wait every single time the render steps, which is like 1/40th of a second. So what we're going to want to do is get the camera's look vector, since that's the vector that we're going to be working off of. So we're going to do local look vector equals camera dot coordinate frame dot look vector. Okay, now with this look vector, we're going to look at the trigonometry behind it. So let's get to that. Alright, so the camera's look vector has three parts to it. So first of all, it has the y, or the x-axis. So it has x, y, and z. So we'll start with the y-axis, the z-axis, and the x-axis. Sorry, that's kind of not straight. It's totally fine. Just to prove my point. So this is the axis, so we have y, x, and z. So when we have a vector, it'll go in any direction this way. So let's say this is our example vector, and we want to find out this angle right here, which is theta. So to find this, we can use the function tangent. Let me get a different color. So tangent. So the vector will automatically give us the y component, which is this right here. So it'll give us y, but we need to figure out this component right here, which is z and x. So to get this component right here, we can use the Pythagorean theorem. So we could use c squared equals a squared plus b squared. And we're solving for c since it's the hypotenuse right here. This is x and z. So it'll come up to be c equals the square root of the x-axis squared plus the z-axis squared, and the square root of all that. So now that we have this component, we can solve for this angle using tangent. So we can have the inverse tangent, and it'll be y over x, or in this case c. Alright, so let's get back to the script now that I've explained it. Now that I went over how to get the adjacent side of the triangle in the look vector, we can go back to finding the angle. So what we need to do is find the adjacent side, or c, in what I just explained, which we can find by using the Pythagorean theorem. So math dot square root, and then we have look vector dot x squared plus look vector dot z squared. That's the adjacent side. The opposite side is going to be the y component. So now the angle is going to be math.atan2. The atan2 function is really useful in this case because it's the arc cosine, or the arc tangent, and it'll give you a negative value or a positive value based on one of the components. So if y is negative, it'll give you a negative value, and if y is positive, it'll give you a positive value. So it's really useful in this case. So opposite over adjacent, and that's the angle we get. So what we want to do now is actually script it into the neck. So we have neck dot c0, which is the 0 component of the c-frame on the neck joint, is equal to c-frame dot new 0 1, because that's where the neck is usually at. It's one stud up from the torso, times c-frame dot angles, and since we just got the angle right now, we're looking for the pitch component. If I remember that correctly, it's pitch component. So it's angle and then we can just do 0 0. So if we did everything right, this should work. Oh, what? What'd I do wrong? Okay guys, I looked at the output, and what we did wrong was right here. We did divided by. It's supposed to be opposite and then comma adjacent, since it's a function. I totally forgot. So it should work now. As you can see, it does work, but we have some minor errors. This is because of the way that the neck joint is actually made. The initial components weren't actually put in, so we need to fix that. So automatically I saw that this needs to be turned around 180 degrees, and this needs to be added by 90 degrees. So let's try that now. And as you can see guys, it works perfectly. So if I turn my camera upwards, the head will look up, and if I turn my camera down, the head will look down. And it doesn't matter which way I look, it'll still do the same thing, since we scripted it to look at the adjacent side and the opposite side, which we scripted. Alright, now if you want to do this with your mouse, it's the same way, just you aren't using camera, so you can get local mouse equals player get mouse. So get mouse will get the player's mouse, and now instead of making look vector the camera's look vector, we can make look vector the position that the mouse is looking at. So mouse dot unit ray dot direction. This is the unit ray of the mouse, and then it'll give you the direction, which is basically a unit vector. So it'll be the same. As you can see, I can move my mouse up and down, and the head moves up and down with the mouse. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you next time.